So when we think about the description of a godly husband, we immediately think about a few passages in Scripture, or words like the head of the house, the leader, the shepherd. But what are some characteristics of this leader? So I want to share with you guys quick 4 behaviors that this leader should have, and that have been of a blessing to my own marriage. So the first one, we actually see it in Ephesians 5:25, where it says, "Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her." So the first characteristic of that godly husband is the sacrificial love. So this is a selfless, sacrificial, unreserved love. When we see the love of Christ as an example, we see that the love of Christ does not depend on our attitude for him to love us. Actually, Romans 5:8 says, "God demonstrated his own love towards us in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us." So we as Christ followers need to understand Christ's love first. In verse 26, we see how imitating Christ's love, we are even pointing our wives to Christ, so that he may sanctify them and cleanse them with his word. The second point I was able to, it has been of a blessing to my life, is to be able to learn how to understand my wife. 1 Peter 3:7 says, "You husband, in the same way live with your wives in an understanding way as with someone weaker." So I ask myself, am I being sensitive to the needs, fears, struggles, interests, and feelings of my wife? How can I shepherd her or lead her if I don't even understand her? So taking the time to be able to understand my wife has been a blessing. But also that passage continues with the third point, which is honor. 1 Peter 3:7 says, "Show her honor as a fellow heir of the grace of life." So the question here is, do I honor my wife? Do I lead her to Christ? Do I honor my wife with my thoughts being pure? Do I honor my wife with the way I talk to her, with the way I care for her? But lastly, and I found this one very interesting, was in Ecclesiastes 9:9, which the fourth point is enjoy life with her. So Ecclesiastes 9:9 actually invites us to enjoy life with the wife whom you love all the days of your vain life that he has given you under the sun, because that is your portion in life and in your toil at which you toil under the sun. So it made me ask myself, when was the last time I took time to sit down, not just to understand my wife, love my wife, and guide her, but also to just take time to date her, to open the door for her, to love her, to spend time with her. And this is my prayer for us as a church. And he said, brothers, that we may be husbands that love our wives in a selfless, sacrificial, and reserved way, the same way that Christ loved the church. That we will be understanding with them and honor them, but in all of it, that we will enjoy our lives with them in a Christ-centered, Christ-honoring way.